Welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you're visiting for the first time, my name is Sheridan and I'm a first grade teacher in South Carolina, and I am in my third year of teaching, and so far everything is going so well. We are having a really good time in class and we're learning so much. I'm learning so much, my kids are learning so much, and we are just having a ball. Today's video is going to be about how I am planning writing for the week. So it's my first Plan With Me video and I'm really excited to show you what activities I have going on to teach my lovely first grade students how to be beautiful storytellers. So if you're interested in seeing what we are planning for writing, keep watching. Alright everyone, so let's get into the video. So the materials that I'm going to be using for my lesson planning are of course a lesson planner, and this year I have the Happy Teacher Planner. I love these things. I had to pick up another one. I was going to do digital planning this year, but I got really tied up with a lot of beginning of the year stuff and I didn't have time to look for a digital planner or shop around like I wanted to, so I quickly went to Michael's, picked up another Happy Planner, kind of like the one I had last year. This one is really cute. It's very, they only had like a couple left, so I kind of just had to get what was left, but this is cute. It says school days, and it basically looks just like the one that I got last year. Oh, you can see my ring light in the reflection there. But yeah, I really like to write down my plans. And you'll see why in a second. I have to write them down. It helps me to remember them and really be able to see what I'm doing. So I will turn now to September. This is just the monthly spread. I don't really have a whole lot going on in September as far as just monthly things. And then we'll go to next week. By the way, I figured I would just quickly show you last week how neat and organized I like to have my plans, and if I put it too close you won't be able to really see anything, so sorry about the lighting. I'm learning how to use this ring light, so forgive me. But last week was really neat and organized, and I don't know, I just really like things that are neat and organized, so I was kind of proud of that. And then this week, and I'm going to stop there because now I'm going to pull up my digital lesson plans on my trusty iPad. You've seen this guy before. I've shown many videos with my iPad in it. So now I'm pulling up my weekly digital lesson plans. My team and we pretty much use all of the same lesson plans now. We do some individual things and individual teaching strategies on how to teach all of our lessons, but we basically teach the same standards, the same objectives. We do a lot of the same activities, and it's really nice to be able to plan as a team and really decide what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to change up, things like that. But another one of the reasons why I write down my plans is because, and you're not going to really be able to see anything if I show you here just because it's going to be bright, but these are the digital version of my lesson plans. You probably can't see anything, and again I apologize for the brightness, but it kind of just looks like a white blank screen for you, but me looking at it, it's very small, and so I'll have to either zoom in to see what I'm doing or print them out, and it's just paper everywhere, and I don't like a whole lot of paper. So what I do is I take the digital plans and I put them in my teacher planner. And today I'm going to be showing you, like I said, writing and how I'm going to be planning writing for the week. So what I normally do is I will set my iPad in front of me like I'm doing right now, and I will take a look at the writing standards. I wrote down what I did was I made a copy of our digital lesson plans, and then under those plans what I did was I wrote in the narrative writing standards and the plans that I wanted to do for narrative writing, and then I took those and then I put them into my teacher planner, and that is what I'm going to show you right now. So kind of, I guess, to back up and kind of give you a little bit of background, my school, we do, and I know a lot of schools do this, we are doing something called an SLO, a student learning objective, and it just shows in a content area where students' baseline data is, and it can be ELA or math, things like that. It shows their baseline data. We pre-assess them at the beginning of the year, and then we score that, whether it be an ELA reading or writing or math or something like that. We score that, and then we set goals for all of our kids. And then we teach to those goals and teach all of the necessary content we need to teach them in order to get them to where they need to go. And then we will do a post-assessment at the end of our SLO period, which I believe for us is going to be sometime January, February. And then we take that data and then we use that to see if each student met their growth target or not. But I think a lot of schools do SLOs if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, our SLO is on narrative writing. We're also data teaming around that too. But so our SLO is on narrative writing, and it's been like that since I've been at my school. This is my 3rd year there. It's trickier to I guess teach writing in that way, in a very detailed way, just because you want to be really spot on with your teaching and you want to be intentional with your teaching. But the growth, and another reason why it's tricky is because it's just a long process, but the growth is a force to be reckoned with in writing. Like, you see where they started and then they just absorb so much and then they really show themselves at the end. It's really nice to be able to see all that growth. So now on to the plan. So like I said, we're going to be doing narrative writing. So on Monday, I am going to teach them how to write a lead, because as a class, one of the things that I noticed when looking at their work samples and their pre-assessments was that we really need to work on writing and creating a strong lead. So what we have done already as a class was we brainstormed some topics of things we could write about. Writing a narrative is when you tell a story about something that happened in your life. And what we did was we made a chart where we brainstormed a bunch of different ideas. Like, some kids wanted to write about their birthday, or they wanted to write about going on a trip, going to Carowinds. We live in South Carolina. Carowinds is about an hour away from Columbia. It's up near Charlotte. Lots of kids go there. Going to your grandma's house, getting a new toy, getting a new pet, something that happened in your life, and you can write a story about that. My model, I'm going to show you my model. This is my 3rd piece of, I guess, my 3rd material that I'm going to show you. What we did was we brainstormed those ideas. I had everyone pick a topic, and I made little books for them. My better looking book, I left that at school, so for the purpose of this video, I just kind of threw together 2 pieces of paper and I just made a book. But my model narrative is about when I took that cruise over winter break last Christmas. I said that I'm going to write about going on a cruise. Now, we haven't actually written anything yet. And again, I apologize. I really wish that I was better at using this ring light, but I'm gonna try my best to show you what it is that I did. It looks better. It looks better if I just pull it far away. So again, I'm sorry about that. But I made little books. All that I did was there's a square up here for a picture and lines for the words. So we haven't written any words yet, but the point of just doing the pictures was just so that the kids could get their ideas down on paper in pictures and be able to tell a story using the pictures. And whenever you do a book walk or a picture walk, when you are doing guided reading or anything like that, you want to make, before you read the story, you do a picture walk so that you can really grasp some of the content just by looking at the pictures. So this is kind of like that first step in introducing a book and guided reading. So let me tell you my story. So last Christmas, I went on a cruise. Boom, I have a boat, it's in the water, and the sun was out. And then I opened the book, and the first thing I did, and I told them, notice I said first, and I'll get into transitional words later on. First, I ate a lot of food, because literally I ate a lot of food. I'm backing up so you can kind of see the picture, but you probably can't. Next, I went to the beach in the Dominican Republic. There was a beach where we went to, and it was a lot of fun. The beach. I should have colored these pictures. finally we went shopping. So I have shopping bags, and then I drew some dollar bills. All right, and then there's that. We will work on endings later. Right now, I just really want to focus on a lead and getting the details down. So like I said, I told the story just by using the pictures that I drew. And then last week I told them, you know, that they were going to do the same thing. They were just going to take their little book that I gave them, use the topic that they picked, and then just draw the pictures. And then what we're going to do, or what actually we already did this, was do a touch and tell, where they touch the picture and then they talk about that picture kind of in a story format, and they did really well with that. So Monday, now that we've done that and now that they have an idea in their head of what they want to write about based on their touch and tell, we are going to focus on creating a strong lead. We are using Lucy Calkins in our for our SLO and for their writing, and on their first grade rubric for narrative writing is to be able to write a strong lead. And if you want those points for first grade, your lead has to really hook the reader, make that reader want to continue reading your story. So what I put for Monday is we're going to take those stories that they drew, and I'm going to show them a video, and I will link that video down below. It's a really good video, but that video is all about personal narratives, and there's like a whole series within that personal narrative series. But one of the videos in that series is how to create a lead. So I'm going to show them that video, and then after I show them that video, I'm going to model how to write a strong lead with my story about my cruise, and then I will send them off as their you do to take their stories and write a lead. And we are only going to work on that first page. We're not going to do anything else because our writing block really isn't that long. But we are only going to focus on that one page. I really want them to just focus on getting a lead down, because that is going to set the stage for the rest of their story. So we're only going to work on that one page. The biggest thing that I need to make sure as a teacher that I do is that gradual release of responsibility, being able to show them how to write show them the video on creating a lead, and then showing them how I did it. And then I might get them, and then I might just be like, hey, notice how I did this, notice how I did this. And then I might call them in for maybe a few ideas of how I can make my lead better. That'll be like our we do. And then their you do, of course, is going to be when they go in and write their own lead. And I will walk around and circulate and make sure that they don't have that, answer all of their questions if they have any questions. And I might have them read to me some of what they are writing, and then I'll probably just give them a little feedback right there of what's good, what they should add, things like that. And then at the end, I put that I want them to be able to share what they wrote, because they love sharing their work with each other. And the environment that I've worked very hard to create in our class is very conducive and it's a supportive environment where they can share, and we're really supportive of each other, so it's really nice. Oh, and I also put, and you can't see it, but I also put that I want to make an anchor chart, because the video that I'm going to be showing them gives 4 different examples of really good ways to write a lead, and I want to put that on an anchor chart. So I'm going to probably do that when I get to school on Monday, but it's 4 different ways to make a lead, and I want to put that on an anchor chart so they can see it and maybe try different things, because we're going to be writing lots of different narratives, and I think it would be a lot of fun for them to maybe experiment and see what kinds of leads they want to write. So I'm going to make that anchor chart as well. And that is all Monday. We're just doing a lead on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to do the same story. They're going to do their same story, but they're going to focus on adding details. Tell me what happened in the story. Part of that same Lucy Calkins narrative writing rubric is about being able to tell what happened in order, using transitional words. I'm going to, I think on Tuesday, I'm going to put down that I want to add something. I have a pen right here. Add in transitional words, like the first, the next, the last. We haven't really gotten to that yet, but I think it might be a good idea to pre-teach that. So So I'm going to add transitional words, or transition words, because transitions are part of that rubric. Being able to differentiate between what happened first, what happened next, last, you know, finally, after that, things like that. We're gonna spend 2 days on that. I want to give them 2 days to focus on giving me details about what happened, or just telling what happened. So I'm going to do that on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, we are going to focus on adding details, as in, and by details I mean like, how did the characters in your story, and characters meaning your family or yourself, or your friends, how did they feel? And I will show them in my story, how did I feel when I went to the beach? Was I excited? Was I afraid of getting bit by some strange beach animal or something like that? I don't know. How did I feel? Was I excited about going on a cruise? Did I like the food? Was it delicious? Was it okay? Was it not good at all? How did they feel? Where were we? Give me more details. Make me really engaged in your story. I put that we're also going to try for some final touches, but if we don't get to final touches, that'll definitely be on Friday. We will add final touches, and by final touches I mean making sure that we have capital letters, periods, spaces in between our words, all that good stuff, because all of that is a part of the rubric as well. And Friday we're going to have like a storyteller day where we get to share what we wrote and really be proud of what we wrote. And that is my writing for the week, friends. So, and it's not super elaborate, but I've got to say, I learned a lot from my team teachers in these past couple of weeks. We all are data teaming on writing and doing our SLO on writing, and we all gave the same pre-assessment, and just the way that we have all really sat down and have come up with ideas, and they have really supported me, because I've never taught writing quite like this, where it's just, okay, well, let's teach to this Lucy Calkins rubric. If they are going to be held responsible for this information, it's not fair if we don't teach it to this rubric and really teach all parts of the rubric so that they can be successful. And you know, I was like, wow, like, why haven't we been doing that? Like, that's really awesome. Let's do that. And let's see what happens. I really feel positive about writing this year. I honestly think that writing is going to be my favorite subject to teach. I was a really good writer when I was coming up in school, so I'm really excited about teaching writing this year and growing a love of writing and storytelling and all kinds of beautiful things in my students. I cannot wait to be able to see the growth in their writing and see their stories come alive this week. And what I plan on doing is hopefully updating you guys in my Instagram stories and kind of letting you know how everything is going and just how much they're progressing. They're really excited about writing their stories. Just when they were doing their touch and tell with me on Thursday, they were excited to just tell me their story. And so who knows how excited they'll be when they actually get to write it and see it on paper. But yeah, that is how I have planned writing for this week. I am going to go in after I end this video and put in my other plans, like my shared reading, guided reading, math, social studies, all that stuff. But I really just wanted to detail my writing plans for you. And again, I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm learning how to use this ring light, and it's all part of the process. But yes, I'm going to close my lesson planner up for now. And yeah, guys, I really appreciate you coming along with me and allowing me to share with you my writing plans. It was a lot of fun. I would love to hear what your favorite subject to plan is. You can leave comments down below. What is your least favorite subject to plan? I would love to know that too. Why is it your least favorite subject to plan? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your support. You guys have been so wonderful, and I really honestly look up to you guys for support as well, and for new advice as well. But I thank you for supporting me in my YouTube journey and in this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. By the way, do not forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.